Next question says, when are we going to establish my openers, second attempts, and possibly third attempts for the meet? I normally do this either 7 to 14 days from the competition. And for most of my lifters, I tend to push it more toward the 7 to 10 days out sort of time period. Now, the way that you do that, we have a meet card that's available for everybody on guided programming. And the way that I recommend that you do that is take a look at your competition lifts page on your training log. Now, this of course assumes that you've been keeping up with your training log. From there, you'll be able to see your estimated 1 rep maxes. And if your estimated 1RMs are pretty stable and they're showing some decent improvement, then you'll just want to take the most recent estimated 1RM and use that as a goal weight for your competition. Of course, use some common sense. If it's going to be an enormous PR, maybe dial it down a little bit. If it's not realistic in some way, if the RPE chart's not accurate to you, then you're going to have to make some adjustments to it. But in general, for most people, most of the time, that estimated 1RM is a pretty good indicator of where your strength is at. And that's all we need is we need a goal weight. We need an indicator of where your strength's at. So we use that. You'll be able to plug it into the meet card, and the meet card is going to generate a plan for you. And that plan will include your openers. It'll include your second attempts, a plan A and a plan B. It'll include your third attempts, a plan A and a plan B. And it's going to tell you on how do you navigate that, so your opener is pretty much set, but based on your opener, how do you decide whether to go plan A or plan B on your second attempt? And then what do you do from there? It's not rocket science, but if you don't have a fair amount of meet experience, it can be difficult. So that's why this meet card exists. Also on the meet card, it will help you determine what weights to use for your warm-ups and how to time your warm-ups so that you're warmed up an appropriate amount of time before your opening attempt. So definitely check out that meet card. Play around with it now, but don't make final plans in that until about 7 to 14 days out from your meet.